Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale down. Greetings and welcome to my yoga introduction video series. My name is Alex Lemberg and this is more specifically my introduction to the Hatha Yoga system of Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga. In this course you will learn to practice sun salutations, you will learn a few basic asanas and you will have an ending sequence. So essentially what you will get is you will first of all learn the breathing technique, and then you will learn how to do a warm-up, and you will learn how to do the asana practice and finishing sequence. In this video, I will show you the correct breathing technique and introduce you to the sun salutations. And when you have finished this course, you will be able to practice yoga without looking at any screen. You will be able to practice yoga completely by yourself, which is a huge benefit. In the beginning, if you need some music to calm down and remain calm, for example, if you live in a noisy environment, you can put on some calming music and do your yoga practice. This is such a huge benefit that you don't need to look at a screen, you don't need any YouTube videos, you don't even need these videos. But then to continue your practice discipline and to keep up with your practice and continue developing your practice, it is very beneficial to have a teacher to go to, either live or now during these pandemic times, live through Zoom, for example. You can get some guidance. I will be offering live Zoom classes in Ashtanga Mysore style and lead classes, so be sure to check them out on my webpage. But please practice the fundamentals from these videos before you join my live classes. So ideally, when you attend my live classes, you already know the breathing technique, the concept of Vinyasa, you at least know what the sun salutations are, and you have practiced a few of the basic poses which I will be teaching in this video series. During this introduction, we will not go too deep into any philosophical subjects, rather we will look at the practice itself, the asana practice. Now, when we start with the sun salutation practice, it is very common for people to get pain in the wrist. That is because of several reasons. One reason can be technique, another reason can be stiffness, another reason can be weak joints. So it is natural that we all need to approach this practice in different ways. So let's just dive into this breathing technique, which is called Ujjayi breathing. This breathing technique has a specific sound, and we are breathing in and out through our nose. We are activating the muscles in the throat, constricting the airflow, creating a little bit of friction in the throat. So when we breathe, it sounds like this. And this specific sound is coming from the throat. If your sound is coming from the tip of your nose, you need to take it somehow a little bit deeper. For some people, it takes a little bit of more time to find this breathing technique. If you can't find it now, don't worry, it will come later with practice. But the main idea is that if you imagine that you have cold hands or cold fingers, you're outside in the snow, so what you do to try to warm your hands is maybe something like this. So you are constricting the muscles in the throat, you are creating more hot steam in the air that you are breathing out. And we try to do the same thing, but with the mouth closed. So we are breathing in and out through the nose. And now this breathing is quite calming when you get the hang of it. And you can listen, like physically listen with your ears, listen to the sound. And this sound is coming from within yourself. So you are turning your senses more and more inward. And because during the day we are always outward focused, we are looking at things, absorbing things, we are listening to things, absorbing things, eating things, absorbing things. And what we try to do with the yoga practice is we turn around. So we turn our senses inward and we learn to listen to ourselves. Because at some point, after a long time of practice, When you have learned to consciously turn your senses inwards, then at some point you can also start to disconnect the senses from affecting your mind. And this is called Pratyahara, which is the state before the meditation states that Patanjali talks about, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. And when you learn to do these things consciously, ideally you will not be as affected by what is happening in the outside world. But that is already quite advanced practice and maybe something that more comes with age. So what we can learn easily in the beginning with yoga is to wind down, relax, calm down, and not be as reactive to the outside as we might have been before. Now, these practices are also very powerful cleansing exercises. Cleansing for your body physically, cleansing for your mind. So in the beginning, when you start practicing, you might experience some detoxification symptoms, such as headache or nausea after the practice. Don't be too alarmed by this, but be conscious of what you do before practice. So ideally, always practice with an empty stomach, which means that during the morning before breakfast is a good time to practice. If you practice during the evening or during the day, try to not eat at least 2 to 4 hours before practice. And don't drink immediately before practice. And try to not drink during practice. But of course, in the beginning, it is very natural that you become more dehydrated and need to drink something. So of course, if you feel like you really need to drink something during the practice, you can have some water nearby to drink. So we will now start to look at the sun salutations. We will do them in different stages, starting with the easiest ones and then building ourselves up, trying some different variations of the sun salutations. And now, in the rest of this video series, I want you to pick a sun salutation variation that is suitable for you. Because all the variations are not suitable for everybody, and believe it or not, I can't see you through this lens. So you need to take some responsibility now and see, like, are any poses hurting my wrist or my shoulders, for example? Then you need to modify. And we will go through some modifications of the sun salutations in this video. Now, please take out your yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, you can use any carpet. And you don't even need a carpet necessarily, but it is much easier and more comfortable, and especially these more sticky yoga mats where you don't glide with your hands is a lot easier and more comfortable in the beginning. The first thing we will do is exploring the movement in our hips. So take a slightly wider stand, bend your knees, take your hands to your hips, and then sway your back, point your hips back. And now the opposite, you try to round your back, tailbone forward, and the opposite, inhale, sway back. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, sway back. Exhale, round your back. Good. I just want you to find this movement in the hips and make sure that you can find this. This is really important for your lower back health. Basically, there is no pose where we want to do this sway back and collapse back, not even in back bends. So you need to learn to take your tailbone down and straighten your spine. If you just relax when you are standing, usually the hips will start to tilt forward and create a sway back. And this causes problems in the back in the long run. So you want to be really conscious and do this actively. And now put your feet together, tailbone down. So it's the opposite of pointing with your hips back. Tailbone down. But now we are not rounding all the way forward, but just tailbone down. Okay. Now we will explore some simple vinyasa. So vinyasa means to coordinate breath and movement together. And in Ashtanga vinyasa, there are the specific vinyasas on how to enter and exit different postures. But now we will look at the sun salutations, which we will be using as a warm-up for our asana practice. So inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Let the movement be as long as you're breathing. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Notice that I'm keeping my arms straight all the time. I'm not bending elbows. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Next, we will look at the shoulders. We have basically two major movements of the shoulders, which is internal rotation and external rotation. So take both of your arms out to the side. Palms up, thumbs pointing back. So this is external rotation. And now we do the opposite. Take your palms down, thumbs back. This is internal rotation. So external rotation, inhale, lift your chest. External rotation, round down. Internal rotation, lift up. External rotation, the back of the hands together. Internal rotation, you open up. And external rotation, you close down the back of the hands together. Good. Those are the two movements of our shoulders that we want to be really conscious of when we practice. So in this vinyasa that we did, we inhale, lift up. We are having the shoulders in outer external rotation all the time. So you can even start the vinyasa by having your palms forward to make sure that you get this external rotation. Inhale and lift up, kind of in a V shape. And exhale, arms down. Inhale, lift up, look up to your thumbs. Exhale, arms down. Good. I will first be demonstrating one sun salutations which is unmodified. If this is familiar to you, you have already done this, then you can skip to the next video. But now if this looks like this is really difficult, then please keep watching this video and we will learn some modifications on how to make these sun salutations easier for you. Okay, so we start at the front of the mat. So I will just be demonstrating. You can look at the screen. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, head up. Exhale, step or jump back. Lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And here we stay for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, step or jump. Exhale, head down. Inhale, lift all the way up. Samastiti. Now, if that looked familiar and easy for you, skip to the next video. Now we will start to practice this from the beginning and take it step by step. So we start in Samastitihi. This is our basic pose, our Eql pose, our neutral pose. Tailbone down. Now this Samasthiti is called Eql pose, and from the middle line the body is equal and symmetric on both sides. This creates an environment of symmetry and balance within the body and mind. So how we hold our body is important. So from here we start with the first vinyasa. The sun salutations have 9 vinyasas. So first vinyasa, we inhale, lift arms, look up. Do this with me. Second vinyasa, make a big circle with your chest down, put your weight to your toes and fold down. Bend your knees as much as you need to and take your head down. From here, inhale, keep your hands down and try to straighten. Take your head up. And from here, exhale, we step back and put our knees down. Now, these following movements can be difficult for your wrists. So if you experience pain in these poses, I recommend you to practice and really using your hands and fingers or modifying. You maybe need to take a pause from these kind of movements for some time before continuing. So from here, make sure you get strong. And take your elbows straight back. Keep your belly strong. Avoid taking your elbows out to the side. The elbows go straight back. And you don't need to lower down all the way. Just take as much as you can. And then you can lie down on your belly. Take your toes back. Roll your shoulders back. Support with your hands. Really spread your fingers. Support with your fingertips just as much as you can. And inhale, lift your chest slightly. And exhale down. We will do this a few times just to practice. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale down. Really use your hands and fingers. You should feel this quite heavily in your hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Good. Now put your toes under. Come up back to your knees. Take it slowly, slowly, slowly. Keep your hips above your knees all the time. Make sure they don't go back or forward. And then take your arms forward, hands forward. Spread your fingers. Now avoid the sway back. So you don't want to point with your hips back like this. You want to try to round your back. Keeping your head down. And stay in this pose. Really keep your arms strong, hands strong. You can try to lift the heel of your hands. So this is an alternative to the downward facing dog, especially if you are experiencing pain in your wrists when doing these push-up poses. This can be really helpful. And if this hurts, we will look at it here in class or live through Zoom. What is the problem and how can we fix the problem? Good. Now walk with your hands back. Then you stand up and walk forward. And inhale, lift your head. Exhale, head down. Inhale, lift all the way up. Samastitihi. This is how we will practice the sun salutations in this video. This is how we will practice the sun salutations in this video. And in the other videos, even if I do not give any modifications, then please watch. Then feel free to modify the sun salutations so that they are suitable for you, and you can use this variation that we just practiced. So let's do this a few times so you get comfortable with these movements. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, lift your head. Exhale, step or jump back, put your knees down and elbows back and lie down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, you push back strong and take your hands forward. And from this pose, try pointing with your hips back. Try making a sway back. and then try doing the opposite. And stay in this active, more opposite pose. 1, deep breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take your hands to the mat. You stand up, walk forward, and inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, head down, bend your knees. Inhale all the way up. Samastitihi. First Vinyasa, inhale, lift up, look up. Second Vinyasa, fold. Third Vinyasa, head up. Fourth Vinyasa, step back, lower down. Fifth Vinyasa, lift your chest, inhale. Sixth Vinyasa, exhale and come up on your knees. Hands forward and stay 5 breaths. 1, use your hands, fingers, fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, you step or walk forward, lift your head. 7th Vinyasa. 8th Vinyasa, exhale, take your head down. 9th Vinyasa, inhale, you stand up. Exhale, Samastitihi. One more time. First Vinyasa, Ekam, inhale, lift up. Second Vinyasa, Dve, exhale, fold. Third Vinyasa, Trini, inhale, lift your head. Fourth Vinyasa, Chattwari, exhale, step back, lower down. Fifth Vinyasa, Pancha, inhale, lift your chest. Keep your elbows bent. Sixth Vinyasa, Shat, exhale, take yourself back to downward dog or this alternative on your knees. 1. If you want to try downward dog, you can stand up. It's easier to start with bent legs. Take your hips back and try to get your back as long as possible. 2, 3, 4, 5. 7th Vinyasa, Sapta, inhale, step forward, lift your head. 8th Vinyasa, Ashtau, exhale, take your head down. 9th Vinyasa, Nava, inhale all the way up. Samastitihi. Now we will sit down and we will do this through one hand salutation. Ekam, inhale, lift up. Dve, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, lift your head, lift your navel. Chattwari, exhale, step or jump back. Pancha, inhale, do a slight back bend. Shat, exhale, take yourself back. And then we sit down. Take yourself to a nice, comfortable seated position. Take yourself to a nice, comfortable seated position. If you can, you sit cross-legged. If you're cross-legged, look like this, then take your feet a little bit more forward and straighten your spine and sit like this. If you need to use a chair, use a chair. Nothing is forbidden. Take your hands 20 centimeters behind you, lift your chest. Take your head back if it's okay in the neck and look at your nose. 1, lift your chest. 2, 3, look at your nose. 4, 5, inhale, you come up to seated pose. And exhale. Now you should be feeling some more heat in your body, more warmth. Now after this practice you should be feeling some more heat and energy moving in your body. That's really good. Excellent job. That's really good. Excellent job. And now we will lie down on our back into corpse pose. So you lie down like this, taking your palms facing upward. You close your eyes. And then completely relax your body. Stay in this pose. Don't skip this step. Keep your eyes closed. Relax. Relax around your eyes. Relax around your mouth. Relax your shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, fingertips. Relax your forehead. Relax your right eyebrow, left eyebrow. Relax your neck. You keep your body relaxed. Relax your legs, your hips, your whole back. Let your feet flop out to the sides. Make your body heavy. Let go of all tension, all resistance. Just make your body as heavy as possible. Keep your body still. No movement. Relax your head, your face, eyes, mouth. Become aware of your whole body. You can start to slowly deepen your breath. Take control over your breath again, conscious control. Feel how you are breathing deep into your lungs. And now start moving again, toes, fingers. You can remain relaxing for a while if you want to. I will end this video here. You can sit up. Give yourself a thank you for the practice. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for today. Namaste.